start this relay race. So I'm going to hand it over to the commentators and just have a great time, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dylan. This time around, I am going to be commentating the Vortaliany relay alongside of both Rui and Blunt Blows. I'll be doing mainly the Vortex leg of the run, but I'll have Blunt as well as Rui filling in the blanks here and there. So as soon as the runners actually hop into the channel, I can probably do the countdown and get us going here. I just gotta actually wait on them to get in the call. So give me a quick moment. I believe Phoenix is also kind of trying to figure out the setup a little bit better. And while we're doing that, I might as well go ahead and let you know about the teams. So the first team as follows is Thrasher on Spyro 1, Absent on Spyro 2, and Ghostly Trickster on Spyro 3. The second team is Anchovy on Spyro 1 for Vortex, Comic on Spyro 2 for 14 Tali, and Waffle on Spyro 3 any percent. And the last team rounding off our trifecta of teams is Aldeezy, /Arbiter, and Jeremy Thompson for Spyro 3. It's going to be a really good time. I'm looking forward to this relay. I know all of these runners are capable of great things. I hope you guys enjoy this. I assume the runners are all here and ready now.
Ready.
I'll count you guys right in. How you guys feeling? You guys excited?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, I'm fired up, Bob.
You're nervous, actually.
I am so ready.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's count them in. All right, let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, good luck.
Good luck, have fun.
All right, so for those of you who don't know what Vortaliany is, it's a category combining the categories of Vortex, 14 Talisman, and 3 any percent across the 3 Spyro games, respectively. The intention with this category, especially in a relay format, is to kind of just showcase what these games can really do. Each category for the respective game kind of represents all of the bells and whistles for their specific games. So for Vortex, you have all these cool different proxies and wall glides. For 14 Tali, you have much of the same, a lot of double jumping. Massless is free, by the way. Shout out to Tooper. And 3 Any is mainly proxies, but there's some other things you can do, such as like kind of sproutering type movements here and there. Either way, we're seeing the runners all get out of Stone Hill. I actually missed the first important trick of the run, which is putting in the code. And if you're a Vortex runner, you know that you probably reset more runs in the code than probably anywhere else. It's just the thing that happens. All 3 runners actually pretty comparable to each other, all running into town square pretty much the same time. But that's not too abnormal. Thankfully, when you start this category, after you get out of the code, of course, it becomes a pretty easy little hub one until you get to a certain point, which we'll be reaching here in a moment. So we're and with a very nice little get over. Same thing with Thrasher, and same thing with Aldeezy. Both making all 3 of them making light work of town square. Now we're gonna see them go for the first kind of proper trick of the run in the Tosi wall glide. I know all 3 runners are very seasoned and experienced with this, and takes a little bit of a dip there. Oh, we get a little scenery proxy there from Thrasher. All right, DZ also missed it. Ooh, we're having some trouble with the wall glide. Oh no, that's what you call a commentator's curse right there. I 100% jinx them.
The nerves are getting to them.
All right, so Thrasher's gonna go for dog prize. Take a little bit of a slow setup. This trick is, oh my god, very nice. Thrasher getting off to a very, very quick start here. DZ following him into Tosi here now. Same with Ann.
Oh no.
Oh, DZ. All right, so to explain dog proxy just a little bit, because we're going into Dark Hollow, not a very relevant level there for Thrasher. Oh, and also failing. Dog proxy is basically close to frame perfect. It's not quite 1 frame. I think it's around 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, you want to run in and do like the specific setup where the shepherd and the dog hit you kind of at the same time. And what it'll do is it'll launch you up just enough that way you can get to the vortex, just as Anne did. All right.
It's sort of like a proxy and a damage boost at the same time.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very difficult to. If you've ever tried Vortex, you will know the pain of dog proxy killing pretty much every artisan's run ever. However, as we talk about artisans, it seems like it's time to add you to it, as Thrasher is going to be heading into the next homeworld, which is Magic Crafters for him. And I say for him because in Vortex, you utilize the code at the beginning, which I mentioned a little bit before. With this, you can actually kind of choose your route and kind of make your own run. So if you kind of struggle more with the tricks in, let's say, Dreamweavers or Beastmakers, you can actually select to do those earlier with the omission that typically you'll risk having the RNG of Tuco kind of screw you over later. All right. DZ coming into Dark Hollow, and Anne's going to be catching up with Thrasher into the next homeworld here. I think they're all going to go to Magic. Okay, yeah, they're going all to Magic. Like I said, it's kind of a pick your poison with this run if you end up trying to pick it up for yourself, because you can kind of mix and match, like I said. Thrasher, not going for, I forget what that's called. Is that the fish glide at the beginning of Alpine Ridge? Anybody know the name? Blunt?
Fish ladder?
Yeah, fish ladder is little, recently discovered in Alpine Ridge. We've been looking for a trick in this level for pretty much ever. Where you basically would do a wall glide up and around to the little bottom section where the two big beasts are, and there's like a fireworks chest there. From where the beginning section of the level is. I don't think any of the runners are actually going to go for it because it's very precise, but it's good to see all of the runners now Magic. It's really anybody's game still, because this category can be very brutal, and I know certain runners omit certain tricks. It's very much kind of build your own run, because there are certain things like Twilight Harbor skip or Wii bowling that you can choose to do, or even the Metalhead wall glide you can choose to do over Wii bowling. In place of different tricks that can kind of save you more time, but also can be very punishing if you do miss them. We had a bunch of fish ladders in chat that I missed. I apologize, I can't remember it. All right, Thrasher making quick work of high caves. Not a very particularly interesting level. You kind of just run to the end as fast as you can, which is technically true for any Vortex level, but there's nothing really that crazy going on. You do a little supercharge action to go a little bit quicker, which is nice. What are the few uses of supercharge in this run, actually? All right. Anne's actually catching up pretty reasonably. I believe, considering she missed the wall glide, I think it was twice, maybe 3 times at the beginning there. She's doing pretty good at making this back up. Especially, I think she also missed dog proxy once or twice as well, so she's definitely making some headway towards Thrasher. As I said, it's still anybody's game in the Vortex leg, and then from there, of course, we will have 14 Talisman and 3 Any from the runners of each respective team. Which, by the way, bear with us if there are some small technical difficulties as we transition. I know that there's going to be some slight issues with kind of cropping each run in at the very beginning of it, but just please bear with us as that happens and as we reach that. So we're going into Blowhard, and we get one of our first proper damage proxies in this level. Out of all the early game levels, I think when you're first learning Blowhard, I don't know what everybody's experience with Vortex is, but when you're first learning tricks, I always found the Blowhard damage boost to be really hard for no reason. And I would always just come up just barely short. But Thrasher, making quick work of it, like a pro. Doing a great job. This is actually a very, very solid run from Thrasher so far. I'm actually really enjoying his performance.
Yeah, he hasn't really messed much up. He seems to be doing pretty solid at the moment.
Well, let's see what Tuco has to say about that.
Oh, that's gonna be the deal breaker here. Nah, he's gonna get a first try Dry Canyon. Watch this. Ooh. Ah, no, okay. I tried to call it. Ooh, and taking a little death there. I don't know if that was... It seemed like it was intentional. I assume that she just missed the damage boost a couple times. Ooh, there we go. All right, Thrasher. Oh, he's getting rolled by Tuco.
Getting pretty trolled here.
Yeah, I should explain Tuco a little bit for those of you who aren't aware, but basically Tuco has the option of sending you to 5 different places when you talk to him and you don't have, I believe it's 12 eggs in your possession. I think the number is 12. I'm not 100% sure right now. If you don't have those 12 eggs, he can send you to a couple of different levels to acquire eggs. And 2 of those you really want to get are Dry Canyon and Clifftown, which lets you just kind of go into Peacemakers with a certain advantage it makes so you don't have to run all the way from the beginning from Peacekeepers. I believe if you get first try, it saves around 20 seconds compared to just going to Peacemakers off the bat. So, anyway, we see him exiting. I believe that one was Dry Canyon. Yeah, it was Dry Canyon. I don't know why I'm second guessing it. I struggle to remember the names of Spyro 1 levels. I don't know why. They all just feel very samey to me.
Tuco is not being nice to win right now.
No.
So what's that? Like 5, 6? That's so unlucky.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get one first try, Tuco. No, it's easy. Nothing. Like, Tuco will not give anyone a break right now. All right, D's again, second try at least. Pulling ahead. All right, both got Dry. Everyone's got Dry Canyon. At different ratios of how much they were getting. Wow, that's actually really unlucky for Anne. Among runners, I know before we got into the relay, actually, while we were in the voice call still, I was speaking with Anne, and she said she was completely ready to kick some Tukas. As I can't really say the word because this is a family-friendly stream, but you can probably fill in the blank there. And I know that she's really, really looking forward to showcasing the rest of the run. I know she's been working hard on, especially some of the later strats that we're going to see, probably in Dreamweavers. Hopefully we'll even see a double wizard. I would pog for a double wizard. I'm going to pog when she hits a double wizard, because it's going to happen. I'm going to speak it into reality. All right, so now we have probably one of the most frustrating tricks for emulator players specifically, that being Shem Skip. Basically, you're seeing Thrasher do it right now, but you attract the little Shemple, or whatever we want to call him, until he hits this corner. You're going to roll, store momentum, and then you want to jump on the correct frame. That way it launches you and proxies you all the way up near the Vortex. Unfortunately, it seems like Thrasher's having a bit of a bad time with it. Shouts to Laura in the chat here. Legalized duxation. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, unfortunately, this trick is just very precise. I'm kind of surprised they're going for it because it can, as you can see, it's losing him quite a bit of a lead on both Anne and DZ. But, you know, it's making it a little bit of a closer race. I respect it. Always want to keep these things close if we can.
It's definitely, yeah, it's a good catch-up opportunity for the other runners here.
Yeah. Like, if Anne manages to hit it first try here, even if Thrasher gets it right now, she's going to be much, much closer. Same thing with DZ. And all runners here are capable of it. I've seen them all hit it, like, consistently enough. But it's a matter of just execution, which this trick can just be very brutal on if you can't execute.
Oh, DZ.
Yeah, big boy. Get a little scenery proxy into the Vortex. And hits a 2. It seems like Thrasher, unfortunately, is going to be giving up on the proxy. Instead, goes for a little wall glide. We don't see that often. This wall glide, compared to taking the whirlwind, actually saves you, I believe it's around 6 seconds. So, nice little showcase of a little side trick there. And,
the old route.
Yeah, shout outs to pre-Shemp Skip Vortex. But as I said before, we're going to see runners go for some crazy tricks. I'm sure Anne will kind of fight to go for quick shot when it comes to Dreamweavers, which we'll get to when we get there. Among other
Anne
tricks.
going for the wall glide there.
Ooh, I love
Very
the
nice.
risk there. So that wall glide is, you can kind of get a flop off of it, and Spyro can just die. Which it technically could happen at any point, but it's very common if you're not seasoned with it to just kind of get that. And it's not a very rewarding trick in terms of time save. It only saves about, I think, 1.5 seconds. So it's kind of chancy to go for, especially in a situation like this. But I respect going for it 100%. Anne's a very ballsy runner, should I say. She's always willing to go for everything. That's why I'm really excited to see what we do in Dreamweavers specifically. DZ going into Terrace Village, having the lead. They're actually getting squashed there. That's a little unfortunate. So Terrace Village, there's been a few recent little discoveries. There was a little proxy that you can do off of one of the little metal guys here coming up. That would take you to one of the rooftops. But then we also found an alternative one called Biscuit Blast. We're not going for it, unfortunately. But that would actually launch you up very, very high if you execute it properly. It's very precise. I've only seen people hit it in runs, I think, around 3 times over the time that since the trick's been found.
Looks like tried going for it just there.
Ooh, I must have missed it. But we're gonna get the damage boost. Both Anne and Thrasher, or I'm sorry, not Thrasher, Anne and DZ executing that pretty well, making their way to the home portal, while Thrasher's just entering. Another thing that I'd like to note, because this is an extension of cheat percent, if you've noticed, Thrasher actually has 99 lives. That's because you can utilize cheat codes. So if you want to have 99 lives, you can. If you're very new to the category, it's actually very recommended. That way you don't take too many little deaths here and there if you're interested in picking up at some point. Misty Bog, it's a very well-designed level. Insomniac thought it out very well when they were like, yeah, let's just put the, way to leave right next to where we spawn. As you can clearly see by them just kind of flying over there and hopping out. It's not a particularly interesting level to talk about in the context of this run, but, Treetops, however, can be pretty interesting, especially if they go for the little torch glide here on the right. They're not going to go for it, though. It's very precise. Pretty much, you want a very good charge glide off of this upcoming jump here. We're going to see DZ execute. Ooh, he doesn't even go for that. Oh, I love that from him. The majority of runners will actually stop there and do a little bit of charge glide. He, however, just doesn't want to stop. He has this lead and he wants to keep that lead. Yep, we see Anne execute that way. DZ's method actually, I believe, saves around close to a second compared to what Anne did, just because you're not spending the time jumping all that way up. But still, super, super cool. What are you guys feeling about this little relay so far? How are you guys feeling, Blunt and Ruby?
This is really close so far.
It's been interesting. There's been some places being switched constantly. We've got LDZ in the front now with Anne coming up behind. Sadly, Thrasher lost the lead, but hopefully, there's still plenty of time to come back up at the front. So,
absolutely. And as I'll keep saying, and I'm sure the other commentators here will say across the runs, each and every one of these runners is extremely skilled, for one. For two, all of these runs have just crazy levels of execution to several tricks. So much to the point where you're going to see people fail tricks here and there, like we saw with Thrasher failing Shemp Skip, for example, or both Anne and DZ failing Toasty Wall Glide earlier in the run. They're just very high level execution runs for 14 Tali, any percent, and Vortex. So seeing them fail isn't really something I would sneeze at. It's just something that happens, It's tough runs, very tough runs.
So much luck goes into these categories as well, so literally anything can happen.
Yeah,
DZ making bowling in Metalhead, by the way. Very nice.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I was looking at Anne's perspective, I believe. Let's go. Sorry about missing that, boys. I also saw Thrasher almost hit it there at the end. He was very close to getting a good bowling. But instead, we're going to go for the damage boost. And for the moment, in second place behind DZ. If DZ can't hit the supercharge, I'm pretty sure Anne can take the lead by the end of this level. But it's going to depend very heavily on her execution. But knowing her, she's very, very good at this level specifically. I've actually seen her practice this level more than anybody I've ever seen play this category. So, all right, Thrasher coming into Dreamweavers as well. First wizard. All right, let's see the double wizard proxy. I need to pog for this. Come on, give it to me. I called it early in the run. Let's go, Anne. Let's go.
Very nice.
So that proxy isn't extremely precise, but doing 2 in a row is pretty difficult. DZ also just got out of Hunt Towers as well, so
that was a very interesting route he took. He took that very safely. There's 3 jumps there. The second one is the hardest, but he just avoided the third one, which was interesting.
I think that's because that last jump specifically is you need to turn on a specific pixel to get the proper jump. That way you can kind of get the glide across. Otherwise, you typically do bonk. Because I think you can get an auto jump there too, if I'm not mistaken. That's the main reason why I believe some runners kind of try to avoid that last one. Anyway, we are into Dark Passage for both Ann and DZ, and they are actually pretty much neck and neck at this point. DZ doesn't go for the arrow at all. Ann's going for it. Like I said, the ballsiest runner I've probably ever known. She's completely willing to go for any trick, and that's what I love about watching her.
Oh,
and she hits it. She gets rewarded for it. Oh, that's gonna put her in. Oh, they're so close. Ann and DZ are probably within about 6 seconds of each other. 6-7 seconds. It's a very exciting race between these two at the moment. Unfortunately, Thrasher lagging a bit behind after that Shemp fiasco, but still putting together a very solid run in his own right. So recently during the pre-relay little chat we had, I discovered the Thrasher's name actually stands for the Black Stallion, so we could see him being the dark horse here in the late game, for sure. I really just wanted to make that pun or joke. I just thought it was funny. Please laugh, somebody.
It was very funny. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Can we get some lols in chat?
Thank you. DZ hitting Turkish Airlines and following right behind him. Both of these runners executing at a very high level right now. It's going to come down to the last hub. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be something's going to happen in Twilight Harbor. Either DZ's not going to go for Twilight Harbor strats, or Ann's going to go for it and hit it. Something like that. Some combination of those things are going to happen, and it's going to be a very exciting finish between these two. As Thrasher tries to pick up the pieces, I assume. I've seen Thrasher do Turkey Baiter. I assume we're going to see him go for it again. All right, we're seeing them enter into Jacques. I believe they're actually closer to about like 8 to 10 seconds apart, rather than 6. So we'll see. Ooh, and with a little bonk there, that's going to lose a couple. I hope if the other runners are currently watching the stream, they're getting ready, their streams are up and getting prepared, because we're going to be heading into the last home world in a moment here, where Blunt's going to be mainly taking over the commentary for that portion.
No.
Oh no, not this. All right.
Poor DZ.
Both Ann and DZ making quick work of Jacques, or Jacques, quote unquote. DZ missing that little jump. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes you just don't get that land. Feel free
What
to.
exactly happened there? Did Jox get his hitbox back, or? Because I know there's like a split second you can go inside him, sort of thing.
It's something like that. I'm not actually 100% sure. I just know that when you do go to land on that last box, it can kind of just not land you properly. I think it's more to do with how you land off of your charge glide. Because it just kind of like skims you off, and you just kind of have to keep going, and it's sad. Then you just lose like 30 seconds for no reason, pretty much.
People in chat are saying rat. It would be great if someone did do that.
It would be insane if someone went for rat proxy. However, in Vortex, there's unfortunately just no reason to go for it.
But it's swag.
We should introduce a true Vortex category where we have to get. Ooh, we saw. All right. Oh, very nice recovery for man. That was actually a great recovery. So one thing I want to point out about that little piece of geometry you just saw and DZ jump off of there is if you're holding a directional input while you go to jump, for whatever reason, it just doesn't let you open up a charge glide. So because charge gliding is your common way of movement in Spyro 1, it's kind of what you do when you're traversing the air. It only lets you charge and the glide just won't open. However, Ann actually got a very, very skillful recovery there and managed to kind of not have to go the lower path. And is keeping this very tight between herself and Aldeezy. Realistically, they're within like a couple seconds of each other. It's very tight. We're going for Twilight Harbor strats. Here comes Anchovy. Oh, no, we're not. Never mind, I lied to you. I've never lied more in my life. Oh, no, she gets hit by the Doritos. She should have... Oh, no. Wow. That's... All right. That probably... That's a heartbreaker for Ann, I know. So that loses about 20 to 25 seconds. I think it's actually a little more than that, because you just have to do this whole beginning section all over again, giving Thrasher a good chance to catch up a little bit. Oh, and
Oh no.
that's a heartbreaker. All right. Oh, I wonder if she's going to go for like the little backup. Oh, yeah, let's go. So Twilight Harbor strats are kind of that, but you do it from the other side. Oh, that's... Wow. Oh, does she hit the... Bro, Anne is getting so unlucky right now.
This is just tragic.
Yes. Also, DZ's heading in. I hope all the runners for Spyro 2 are getting ready. I believe we're switching off after all the Vortex runners are done, I think. If I'm not mistaken, right, Blunt?
I believe so, yeah. I guess we'll have to see what happens.
All right, we can try to switch back and forth and try to cover what's going on in the early game as much as we can for Spyro 2 as well. Thrasher taking the second place away from Anne at the moment. The only thing that could, I think, make DZ lose this if he just gets kind of rolled by that little last platform where you can just kind of get an infinite fall on. But I don't believe that's going to happen.
Don't jinx it.
I as soon as I said it, I felt like I was going to. All right, and DZ's done. 24-17 is his time.
GG.
And we are going to be moving on over to the next run here.
Yeah, there are still 2 more games left, so you know a bit of time lost in the first game may not matter much at all as we get into the next one.
Before we switch to the second game, there, Thrasher just did the Thieves with the Geese. If you sort of like, you sort of had to like glide towards the first one, then charge to get that key quick, and then the second one you have to like turn inwards. There's some like strats there that makes getting them keys faster. That's all I can really say. Oh, what was that?
Little explosion effect. All right.
Transition.
That was Phoenix letting his presence be known behind the scenes. All right, so we see DZ now into Spyro 2. And
Yep, that's not easy.
Oh no,
And
Thrasher
Spyro 2.
taking a death at the end of Nasty. Oh god, the end of these runs right now. Oh, it's gotta hurt. Seems like Anne is gonna finish in right behind DZ after all for Vortex. Unfortunately for Thrasher there, that was... I actually don't know what happened. I didn't quite see it. I caught like the end of it as he fell. All right. Feel free to chime in, by the way.
With S2.
Are we going for... Or we're not going for Bug. Or we missed Bug, rather. All right. That's time for Anne, and Thrasher is now back on the end of Nasty, and then it's completely all yours, Blunt.
Okay, so we got Aldisi's team. I'm not quite sure who's running in the bottom left there, but Aldisi missing the 2 beetles in Idle Springs. So that's probably where we're going to see a big upset in the routes, because in Idle Springs there is a beetle proxy that you can get that saves a lot of time. I don't think they haven't managed to get it, so they're just going to go through Idle with the regular route, which is still fine. You know, they're ahead, so they can afford a little bit of time loss.
Yeah. Just so you know, on DZ's team we have Slash.
Okay.
For Anne's team we have Kamek, and then we have on Thrasher's team Absent.
Good to know. So Slash leaving Idle now. And rather to just in Glimmer. So Glimmer's quite simple. Just get to the end, get the talisman, get a few gems, and leave. Idle Springs is the first level. It's the first major trick in the run is a beetle proxy in Idle Springs. It's a fairly major time save, especially if you are not buying Swim. You can afford the gem loss. Slash now leaving. So Slash is going to be heading into Colossus. Colossus is another fairly simple level. Basically, just get as many gems as you can to buy a Swim once you leave, and then we'll be heading on to Oricos after that. With Carmack also in Idle. Not going for the Beetle proxy, buying Swim as well. I believe Absent will most definitely be going for Beetle. Absent taking a bit of a route through the game.
Slash is like sort of low on gems for Swim, right?
I didn't quite see, but I guess we'll have to see because there's quite a few gems at the end of Colossus in the ice rink, like next to the hockey minigame. So I guess we'll have to have a look. Now watch Absent here. Let's see if he gets beetled. He just has the first beetle. You have multiple attempts at beetle. So he misses the first one. There's another 2 beetles in the next area, and then if he really needs it, there's even a 4. Just missing second beetle as well. That's a shame. We've got Kamek over to the right, just leaving idle now. Seems like Absent's going to go for the regular route to the level, possibly getting the 3rd beetle. No, Absent's just opting to get the regular way through.
Oh no, he's going to go for it.
Oh wait, he's always gone back. Misses it again. So we've got Slash ending up Colossus here in the Yeti. You know, got to wait for the Yeti just to kind of do its thing and die. That's a shame. It's very easy to miss Beetle Proxy. It's just one of those tricks. It's very precise. It's a lot of inputs in a very short span of time. It's super easy to just not get that. It takes a lot of time. But it's not the biggest deal considering the other 2 runners also aren't going for Beetle. The Slash going to be finishing up Colossus. Hopefully with enough gems leaving our Colossus.
It's 500 for swim, right?
It's looking a bit low. Just looking a little bit low. Who knows? I mean, maybe he has some tricks up his. Seems like he's going back for some extras. Okay, so we got Absent leaving idle, heading into Colossus. So Absent's going to take a much more simplified route to Colossus here. This is going to be going straight for Yeti and leaving. He doesn't need the gems. Our other runners here, they really need those gems to buy swim. It seems that Slash has got his gems, is leaving. With Carmack over there also towards the end of Colossus. So at the start, that's called nose skip. There's no collision at the top of that idle, or that whatever you call it, so you can just jump right through. You skip the little dial-up in the animation of the orbit. It's very nice. Did Slash buy swim? I didn't see. He may have just skipped it, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he just skipped it.
Okay. So I guess he's not buying swim. He's going to go for the old turtle. Let's hope he gets it. So Turtle Proxy coming up in Sunny Beach.
At least he's all set for Autumn Plains now.
Yeah, he has many gems. He's all good. Karmic and Absent kind of matched up right now. Seems like Karmic is also skipping swim. Or no, sorry, actually no, he's getting some extra gems because he needs the unless he's also doing the same route as Slash. Be interesting. Absent missing Frog, but getting the nice little backup Sproder there. He's heading, since he's not buying swim, he's going out of bounds and just completely skipping that entire section. It does seem like Carmack is getting the gems for swim though, while Slash opted to skip it completely. So okay, so Sunny Beach. There's a very interesting proxy in this level that essentially skips the entire level, but it's somewhat difficult, I'd say. It's fairly difficult, and if you don't buy swim, you cannot get past Sunny Beach without buying swim. So let's see. So Slash is setting up the turtle now. He's putting himself in the right position. He's going for the jumping setup, and he misses the first one. Absent with help.
Oh man. Kamek having to go back into Colossus.
Yeah. It's unlucky. If you need those gems to buy swim if you aren't prepared for the swim list. It seems like Slash is maybe not super practiced on turtle. But it just takes one good proxy to get out, and then he's good. He just needs that one good proxy. But we've got Absent coming in. So I expect Absent to get it quite quickly, as this is his route. This is the way he goes. He's used to turtle proxy. He knows what he's doing. Slash is a bit out of his element, I think. So Absent going for the setup on the turtle. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, almost first try. Very close, very close. Carmack has the gem requirement now, so it's coming out. What's very interesting, we got both Carmack, Absent and Slash, both on Total Proxy together. And then we got Carmack coming in. He's buying. See, Carmack's just buying Swim. The moment he reaches Sunny Beach, he's through. He doesn't need to do this. It's much easier for him.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard would you rate Turtle Proxy in the grand scheme of this run?
Total Proxy is the bane of most 14 Tali runners' existence, I think. It's something that one day you may be completely fine at, another day you may just miss it over and over again. But Absent getting it, heading towards the end of the level.
Very nice.
I can say that with so many proxies in so many games.
Yeah. Slash is really having trouble with Turtle here. Carmack sadly not getting the first try clip. So Carmack's doing an out of bounds clip in Harikos. The Talisman room is very, very close to the start of the level. So you can clip through the wall and just enter the Talisman room. And he gets a second try. You should always just expect at least we have one death on Harikos. It's just such an annoying. But with Absent heading out of Sunny Beach now, heading into Aquaria. So Aquaria, kind of a similar deal with Sunny Beach, to be honest. You got another very annoying proxy right at the beginning. And you need that proxy to end the level if you didn't buy Swim. There's actually 2 proxies, assuming that it goes for the ground sheep. Very close.
Slash.
Yeah, it's getting close. So we have Carmack coming into Sunny Beach. Watch Carmack's screen, because he's going to be a completely different route to the other. Absent missing the first sheep, so he has to do the reset. Oh no! Oh, unlucky. So Absent gets a soft lock there. So if you speak to that seahorse, you can't get the talisman. You have to leave and restart. It's super unlucky. We have Carmack just kind of chilling out in Sunny Beach. Oh, another very close attempt by Slash there. Carmack's going through the level as normal, getting as many gems as he can.
That soft lock is really weird because the text box like activates, but like the talisman trigger just doesn't.
I hate this. I hate this proxy more than any other proxy, to be honest. Sheep, it's just so annoying. But yes, Absent gets it. He's heading out now. He is free from Summer Forest. Summer Forest is by far the worst part of this run. It is so reset heavy and tricky to do, like flawlessly. Absent's now heading on to Crush. And then we have Carmack coming out of Sunny Beach now, ahead of Slash. Slash is having a lot of trouble. If I were Carmack in this situation, I would just leave. Just leave, get the gems you can, and just buy Swim and come back. But who knows? Maybe one of these proxies will work. Maybe we'll get out soon.
Well done. Okay, Spyro, jump through that.
I think he's just so dedicated. I couldn't stop trying at this point. I would have to get it. I feel like Slash is much the same way.
Before you get to the castle dungeon.
Carmack heading to Aquaria. Okay, so if you've seen Reignited Spyro 2,
Oh, there you go. Oh,
very close. If you've seen Reignited Spyro 2, well, you can't do doubles on Crush and OG. So essentially, you just have to you take damage from Crush. When you take damage from Crush, it forces Crush out of his invulnerability stages sooner, so you can do damage quicker. Absent's going for the more advanced strat, where he actually damage boosts on the he takes damage on the lava, which puts Crush out of his invulnerability stages at the absolute earliest point. It saves a little bit of time each phase, or each cycle, and it kind of adds up over the course of the fight. Let's see if Carmack can get the sheep. Oh, he doesn't get the respawn. So when you fail sheep proxy in Aquaria, you gotta kind of head down to where Carmack's going right now and just kind of reset the sheep. They'll respawn if you get down there. But if you don't do it properly, then it just won't respawn. You look good.
Well, at least this time he knows the sheep's up there. We saw it just a second ago.
Yeah. I've failed to reset the sheep so many times. This happens every now and then. And with Absent heading into bottom plains. Crush is dead.
Crab Rave.
So
How
straight into... Sorry, go ahead, sorry. No, you go ahead.
How punishing would you find, because Comics already bought Swim. How punishing would it be if you were just to go spend the 100 gems, would you say? If you failed sheep once.
I mean, probably not worth it. I think you just stick with the proxy route at that point. If you're already going for proxy, just stick with it, and you. Especially if he bought swim, so he can actually go through the level as normal. It probably would be, if you're not confident with sheep proxy, I would just, go through it normally.
Gotcha.
Since it's already, okay, slash.
Let's go. Ooh.
Okay. Slash is finally free from the turtle prison. There's a reason why people hate that proxy. It's because it's just that can happen. So Absent heading into Crystal Glacier. Crystal Glacier is a very cool level. It's a very, very nice Sproder. So a Sproder is essentially a bunch of double jumps chained into a wall glide that allows you to gain height in a wall. You can see him doing it now. This Sproder is actually quite difficult, and he falls. Just pretty typical for that, to be honest. There's very, very little in the way of visual cues for the Crystal Glacier Sproder. Luckily, he kind of gets the nice recovery, and he's continuing on. Oh, he fails the double jump up. Gets his double jump kind of like eaten the chain. He's good. The Absent's now going to be leaving Crystal. And we have Slash heading to Aquaria. Let's see. Hopefully Slash gets a nice quick sheep proxy. It would be very, very nice. The runners aren't too far apart at this point, to be honest. I'd imagine Absent's probably going to keep the lead, considering his experience with this category. But Carmack and Slash, at this point, it's any one of those could come in second. But Absent's a very experienced player with the talisman. He's quite. Not a whole lot to say about Skillos, really. It's straight shoot to the end, basically.
Ooh, first try sheep for Slash.
Oh, that's so nice. It's like after having that turtle, that's what you want to see.
Yes.
Just a nice quick sheep.
Very, very good for momentum. Hopefully that's getting him right back into the mindset he needs to be in.
Carmack's. Oh, okay. So if you didn't see that, Absent went for the cat bat proxy, which is actually a time save, but it's mostly a swag strat, I'd say. If he gets it up in the run. It's a very weird proxy, that one. But he gets it. Okay, so we got Slash hitting the Crush, and we got Carmack hitting into Crystal. So I imagine Carmack is going to take the more traditional route through this level, known as hot jump, I believe. So you just kind of get on like a hot, you jump on it, and then you get across the gap, like where the bone bridge. Who knows? He may have a little bit of trouble on the wall. The wall isn't beginning of Crystal.
I wonder if Absent will do massless.
I expect Absent to be massless. I expect a massless and a nice little charge through the dialogue. Let's see. There's a little optimization you can do in this level. You can opt to not jump on a mast and simply just.
He did it.
Look, massless is literally free if you're good at it.
Yeah, shoutouts 2%. Shoutouts.
Carmack getting the last little past Crystal Glacier there. Slash is still.
Toop is very happy in chat.
Slash is still clobbering now. Okay, so Absent's coming up to climb skip. Expect him to have no problem with this, but this is the biggest noob killer in this category. Climb skip. If you're new to this category and you have with this, everyone's gone through the same. The more experienced players, there's no. I say that, and then I failed like times last time I attempted it.
Oh, it's easy just to get out of practice with it, even if you just don't play for a couple days and just miss it a little bit.
I did a 9-hour 80% stream, and then I the amount of times I failed to climb skip in that was terrible.
It happens.
Okay, so
yeah.
We get Absent heading into Scorch. So Scorch is very simple, kind of similar to Skilo. It's just a very, very quick little level. Get a few gems, head to the end. Nothing too special. Dodge a few enemies. Carmack not going for the cat bat, which is expected. Going for just the little bone jump there. Slash going for the bone jump in Crystal. So there's two methods of getting over the chasm. You can either jump from the ground or jump from the bone. The bone is slightly easier, but it's a little bit slower. Oh, very nice. Slash getting a very nice wall there. Just super quick, super smooth. Then we got Absent. Okay. So big trick coming up. So Absent's heading into Fracture. So in Fracture, you'd normally get the Talisman by saving all the satyrs, which grants access to the temple in the center. However, as it turns out, Talisman Holder, the NPC, exists in like an unloaded or inactive state inside the central temple. And if you look at the temple towards the room that she's in, she would load in for like 1 frame, right? And this 1 frame she can actually be interacted with. So if you manipulate the camera in such a way that you never look at the temple to load her in, and then you jump in through the roof of the temple, you can actually jump into her dialogue box and get the talisman without saving any satyrs. So let's see if Absent gets it. It's a bit of a complex trick, but he doesn't get it. Okay, so Absent misses the dialogue box there. So the plan is to jump into that room and land exactly in the dialogue box for the talisman holder, but he just missed it slightly. Or he may have messed something up somewhere else. But if you fail that, you just leave and you re-enter. But this is a relatively recent trick. It was found like earlier this year, and it saves like a huge chunk of time. It's so nice, but it's like the biggest PB killer. It's quite tricky and very easy to sell. So, Absent going for it again. Takes like an outer arch into the level, and he falls. That's fine. It's fine. Falling isn't a problem. Falling again. It's fine. He just can't look behind him. So the talisman is in this big temple in the center of the level. If he looks at that, he screws it up. That may have been wrong there. Let's see. His camera was slightly over to the right. Yeah, he knows. He's just going for the quick exit straight away. He's not messing with it. We got Slash heading into Breeze. We got Comic heading into Scorch. Or Comic beating Scorch. This isn't Spyro 3 Scorch, this is Spyro 2.
Thankfully, it's not Spyro 3 Scorch.
So Absent may opt to just do the level normally here, but he may also go for a 3rd try Sadeless. See, yeah, he's going for 3rd try Sadeless. He's not messing with the Sadeless. He doesn't care about it. He knows he can do Sadeless. Going for it again. It's a Slash with the kind of more regular route through Breeze there, taking the mask. That looked fine to me, or that was kind of awkward. So he has to angle his, make sure his camera does not face the center of the room, otherwise the NPC gets loaded in, and then it's done. It needs to be loaded in on the exact frame that you touch it, and he fails for a 3rd time. So we're actually getting Carmack is actually getting a bit of a speed up on Absent here. So Carmack's going for the regular route to the level. Carmack's going to be saving all the satyrs, while Absent is skipping all the satyrs. And we have Slash on climb skip. Hopefully it's nice, smooth. Yep.
He's absolutely stacked for gems. He does not have a single worry.
Yeah, Slash having a very nice and smooth climb skip there. No problem. Dude, Carmack might actually get a small lead here. Let's see. It's getting close to saving all the satyrs at this point. He's got one. No, he's got 2 more after this one. Absent's going in for his entry once again. Entering the outer shell of the temple. He's keeping his camera faced away from the temple. He looks at the temple. The trick is messed up. He's going for the entry here, setting himself up. He's positioning the camera in such a way that doesn't mess it up, and he jumps in, and that is such typical Sadeless right there. It's like such a tricky trick, you know. Any little camera mishap, if your camera looks at where the talisman holder is, it loads it in, and then it just disappears, and you just can't make use of that 1 frame window. You have 1 frame to land, or about 1 frame to land inside its dialogue box, and only in that 1 frame can you actually take the talisman. But Carmack, opting for the regular route, and it worked out for him. He's now ahead. Carmack's going to be heading into Magma Cone here. And the thing with Sadeless is like there are basically no visual cues. As you get more experience with it, you kind of get a better understanding of how it fails. It's such an awkward, like clumsy trick. It saves so much time. You got to go for it. There we go. Okay, Absent getting it. So see, you can see here, Absent didn't save a single satyr, but is getting the talisman. He landed in the dialogue, in the talk box for that fawn there, and he got it. He's leaving.
I like how you can still see the gem sparkles. That's nice.
Yeah. It's very cool. That trick track saves a bunch of time if you get a first try. It's such a run killer, though. You know, it's like you failed at once, and it's just like a reset. By run. Kamek having a pretty smooth magma cone. So let's see. Oh, he's going for the jump, the double jump. Actually, no, he's not. He's going for just a glide in. If he gets the nice lean, he does very. Kamek knows. He knows how to do the glide up onto the magma cone. He's done it. Slash with a dancing pig. Making his way towards the end. Fracture. Absent heading in. It's a magma cone. I wasn't expecting this run to be this close, but it's kind of close. I mean, you know, Gulp is the big decider, obviously. R and Gulp and all that. But at this point, Karmik's about 1/2 of a level ahead of Absent. Heading to Shady. So I don't think Karmik went for Zephyr. So he'll be doing Zephyr last. And after Zephyr, Gulp. Shady's kind of cool. It's basically a kind of a fast-paced. You're dodging and weaving through enemies. You're getting gems. You're flaming bushes. You're doing loads of stuff. And we got Slash coming out of Fraction now. Just gotta watch out for the genies in Shady.
No one's been through that.
Kamek needs 400 gems by the time he leaves Shady, because Zephyr costs 400.
I mean, you're a shrewd customer.
It's like I think it's like 13 or 14 gems, kind of on the way to Allura. There's a nice little kind of warp. You just teleport straight to Zephyr. Right at the end. Yeah, he's looking completely fine on gems. Something like. Hopefully he doesn't skip too many. There's an extra 15 right next to the talisman. Yes, he's complete. Kamek's good. Welcome. We got Slash heading towards the magma cone now. It's also opting for the same strat. I think he might be doing the double jump. Yeah, so Slash is going for the double jump up onto the volcano. It's a bit slower, but it's a lot simpler. We've got Absent kind of hot on Kamek's tail here. Shady's a bit of an auto-scroller. You gotta wait for Shorty to, come up and break the walls down for you. And even if you were to teleport, even if you were to, skip the entire level short, you gotta get Shorty to the end, otherwise you're gonna tell us. Okay, so Kamek heading down. So Kamek's heading to Allura now. Allura's gonna take Kamek all the way to Zephyr. Very nice. And then there's the last real level of this run, Zephyr.
Thanks for help.
Well, Absent may be low on gems. I didn't quite see what his total was at the end of it. Zephyr, fairly simple level. Essentially, it's a quick out of bound right at the start. You skip into the tunnel, and then there's a proxy. I don't know if Karmak's going to be going for that, but there's a very cool proxy, a balloon proxy. It sends you very, very high, and you can use it to skip right into the talisman room, the ammunition depot. Let's have a look at Absent's gems. I didn't quite see.
I think he's just about good.
Yeah, nice.
Hi, Spyro.
3 over.
Would you like? Great.
Okay, so Karmak's going for the proxy. Watch this. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, he doesn't quite get it. So that balloon can send you very high, and you can just glide all the way into the talisman room. But he doesn't quite get it. So he's going for the regular. Just over to the cannon, shooting the door, and heading in normally. He's still got a nice lead, though, so it's not too bad. Absent's going to go for it now. Let's see. It's very easy to proxy bonk on this proxy if you turn too sharply after you get it. If you don't know what that is, you can actually, if you get a proxy that's like too good, you can bonk midair, and it's the most annoying thing because you can't really do anything about it. Ah, there we go. Absent getting the proxy. He's heading straight into the talisman room. He doesn't have to watch the cutscene. He doesn't have to shoot the door. He just skips the entire thing. Very nice. And we got Slash coming into Zephyr soon. Okay, Kamek. So I don't know how good Kamek is at Gulp, but Gulp can really screw you up. I've seen Absent do quite a bit of gulp, and he's okay. The objective gulp, you just want to get as many double attacks as you can per cycle. There are eggs that get dropped, you get bombs, you get barrels, and you get rockets. Bombs cannot be paired with bombs for a double. And if you want to pair a bomb with another thing, you must always do bomb first.
I wonder if we'll see a triple.
Maybe. Hey. Missing the double in the first cycle, sad. That's not the. Oh, he missed both. That's it was about one whole cycle.
On a scale of 1 to I don't want to do it, how much do you not want to do gulp?
Honestly, I'm sad to say I enjoy the gulp fight. I actually think it's very fun.
All right, I got a call. I gotta go. See you guys later.
A man of tastes, I see.
Ugh. Well, I'm more seasoned to SRT gulp. That might be why I'm a little more jaded on him compared to some others.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of SRT gulp, not too much.
Oh, it's the worst. Sinking pits. It's like this, but marginally worse.
Mm-hmm. So we get Absent and Carmack now synced up on gulp. Same cycle, same damage. So sadly Absent missing the double rocket. So on the first cycle, you get 2 barrels. If you get the barrel double, you get 2 rockets. And after that, it's RNG. Let's see if it seems though that Carmack is getting the double rockets, and now he's in the RNG phase. Both in the RNG phase. We got Slash coming out of Zephyr now. We may see all 3 runners in gulp, depending on how slow the rest of this fight. It'd be very cool to see 3 simultaneous screens fighting gulp at once, but I think that may be Absent. Carmack may just kind of slip out of this. Carmack getting a nice double there. Bomb into the barrel. Classic. I'm actually surprised at how synced these fights are. They're both like just about on the same amount of health. Yeah, there we go. All 3 screens in gulp. Triple gulp.
It's a beautiful
Really
image.
beautiful. Yeah.
I guess we did see a triple after all. And Absence just missed the barrel. But, Absence done with the gulp. So Absence now in the end game. There are no talismans in Winter Tundra. It's essentially just a quick. You prepare yourself for the fight and then you head in. Absence, what he's going to do, right? He's going to head into Dragon Shores and get Fireball, then leave. And he's going to do a very cool trick. Hopefully he gets it first try. I guess we'll have to see. We got Carmack. Oh, Carmack getting a very nice rock and just picking it up right at the end and getting the double to finish it. Absence going to head to the right. It's going to do a penguin proxy and get over this mountain. Let's see if he gets it. One of the biggest choke points in this category. Okay, that's 1 penguin down. There are 2 penguins. That's bad position. So instead of just dying and resetting, he's going to opt to go for kind of the more regular route through the overworld, it seems.
Oh, this is actually really, really close because Kamek has swim.
Yeah, this is actually... So, Sprite Interruptor is faster than Swim if he gets a first try. If he doesn't get a first try, then I guess we'll have to see. Sprite Interruptor is one of the most difficult tricks in the game. It takes a lot of hours, many hours of practice to be able to do it consistently. There are not many people who can do it. Absent is one of the few. Very, very difficult trick. Absent now going over the wall. The wall as well, the Dragon Jaw's wall. This is an annoying one. You have to get a very, very nice double jump, kind of like a glide, and then you kind of yourself over and then gets it. Absent's getting the wall. Karma gets the wall. This is incredibly close. Like with how this run went, I was not expecting it to be this close. It's so close. Karma and Absent both getting fireball, both leaving.
I like to say big shouts to Thrasher, or not Thrasher, Slash as well, because we saw
Slash
him. Yeah, that's
it's actually
Sunny
incredible.
Beach.
Yeah, he isn't that far behind considering
No.
the troubles he had in Sunny Beach. Okay, so we're going to see a bit of a divergence here, right? Carmack's going for the swim in air. Absent's going to be going for the Sproda. Let's see what happens. Absent fails 1 time. Carmack gets ahead, I think. Hang on. He kind of recovers. He doesn't completely die. He doesn't die. So he may be fine. Oh, dude, oh, Carmack, that is so unlucky. Carmack gets a scuffed camera. He can't see a thing, and he just can't go for it. He needed a very precise setup for that swim in air, and the camera just completely screws him over. That is so unlucky. So both at the stairs again. We've got Slash heading in for Dragon Shores. Carmack going for the swim in air. Absent going for the Sproda. Incredibly difficult trick. Ah, fails like it. It's fine. Let's see. Does Carmack get the swim in air? Let's see. He gets the camera again. The camera is literally cursed. Once again. It is so unlucky. I mean, I don't know if he's going to make that anyway. But still. Carmack hitting absolutely cursed cameras. It's insane. He's going for it again. Let's see. Carmack. Third attempt. Swim in air. Let's see. And then
There we go.
Yeah, Carmack's heading to Ripto now. Oh, let's see. If Absent had gotten that Sproda, that would have been amazing. They would have both entered at the same time. But it seems like unless something horrifically bad goes wrong, it seems like Carmack is going to kind of squeeze out the victory on this one. For this game, at least. But yeah, I cannot stress just how difficult that trick that Absent is going for is. It's you know, it's incredibly difficult. It takes up many hours to get consistent, and even then, it's so choke. Carmack leading down second phase. We've got Slash getting over the wall, heading for Fireball. And Absent going for another attempt on the Spro. Let's see. It's sad to see, you know, been in a situation before. Just can't get it off. It's just so easy. If you aren't focused, if you aren't in the right mindset, the Sprota Interruptor is just such a difficult. It seems like Carmack is one hit away on the Riptide fight, and that is time for Carmack. Carmack and his team are heading on to Spyrothon.
GG.
Still got Slash and Absent there in Spyro 2. Slash is now, I think he's getting on the wall. Slash is heading for, I believe he's doing Sproda into theater. So so Slash is attempting a different strat to the other runners here. Essentially, Slash needs swim, right? He needs swim. And the way he does that is by getting into the theater in Dragon Shores. If you watch the last cutscene of the game, you get all the abilities, and that's how he will get into Ripto. Come on, Absent, you got this.
For the transition, the top right, just a little heads up, if anybody's curious, that is Waffle Wizard. Oh, they updated already. All right, cool. Sorry. Kara. They didn't do it last time, so I wanted to make sure that people knew. My bad.
Yeah, good luck, Waffle. Waffle's now into Spyro 3. Our other two runners are having a lot of trouble in Tundra. I think Absent is thrown in the towel. I think Absent's heading to Dragon Shores. He's getting swim. He's going for the swimmer now. He just can't do it today.
Yeah, I think he
him.
knows Waffle's gone on to S3, so doesn't want to spend any more time.
Yeah. Once again, just reiterating this is very hard. It's a very
Waffle trying to go for proxy again, just for swag. I like that.
okay. It's Absent going for the Sproda right now into theater. Very nice. No problem with that.
That's a very fast Sproda.
Yeah, it is. So, Absent right now watching the last cutscene, right? This gives him all the abilities. He now has the ability to swim in air. We've got Slash coming out of Dragon Shores. He'll be doing the swim in air, entering Ripto, and ending the run.
Waterfall.
Very nice.
I'm hoping Ghostly and Jeremy will go for it as well. And I can
Slash getting
explain it
swim in air.
then. Oh, nice.
This is a big upset. I was not expecting this. I don't think anyone who knows 40 Tali runners was expecting this.
That's just the thing with these categories, though. The harder the strats you go for, like,
Yeah,
The
40
way more
talismans.
luck you need, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's no joke. This category, it's quite.
It's just a true thing for all three, I'd imagine. I mean, as I said many a time in the Vortex section, it's all just crazy levels of execution for so many things.
Yeah,
that
that's exactly.
we're
I feel like
bound
it's-
to see some mistakes.
I feel like it's fair to say that these three categories are like the hardest categories for all the games.
I would say in terms of just pure execution, trick-wise, absolutely. I think each different run has its own challenges, but I would be personally inclined to agree with you.
So Absent just finished up.
Spyro.
Yeah, both Slash and Absent are kind of finishing up for a bit.
Oh wait, no, he just entered. Whoops.
Yeah.
They look the same, I feel. Yeah, I do the same thing all the time.
We got Waffle just kind of chilling, just way ahead, no problems, no what.
Waffle's just gaming, to be honest.
Ooh, nope.
Never mind, he's not gaming at all, is he?
How could he miss that? Trivial trick, not difficult at all. Swear. Oh.
I think the route that he's backing up with is only like a 15-second loss, so it's not too bad.
GG Slash. Slash is done, and he's in the Spyro 3.
Yes.
And Absent also, he's just about to end it here. Getting the early hit on one of those places.
Just a little heads up, that's actually Jeremy and Slash's perspective.
Slash isn't running Spyro 3 as well. Yeah.
It would have been cool. I mean, if he picked up that quick, that would have been incredible.
Okay, Absent GG, good job.
Oh,
We're now in the final race.
guys, we
final
didn't
game
get
of the race
the
here.
crash on the second cutscene.
Yep,
Let's go.
and Ghostly is rounding up the top left. Seems like we're having a little bit more technical
Oh,
difficulties on
I
this
can
one.
hear myself on stream right now.
The 1/3 of screen gameplay. It's pretty pog.
Yeah.
Jeremy got a very nice proxy at the start of Sunrise there. So
Fuck.
basically all these games use proxies pretty much, but I don't think we really explained what a proxy is, should we?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Um,
I'm not the best at explaining it, so maybe someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's like different types of proxies, but like the general idea of it is that you're like interacting with something
There we
to
go.
get like a lot of speed in a certain direction. Typically we want to go up just because that helps us like skip a lot. If you get up into the air you can just fly to the end of the level. But there is one proxy at the end that's like slightly different. We'll see that then. Waffle didn't quite see what happened on his screen there, but he went into the Sun Siege section for a moment. The way he did that was like flying behind the wall, and because a lot of the sort of like trigger boxes for like entering side area, they like bleed out a lot. So if you just fly at the back of that wall, you can just go into Sunseed area, leave, and just skip to the end of the level. So yeah, I think Jeremy's on his second level so far. Waffle's almost done with Sunrise already, and Ghostly is going to be entering Shisha by the looks of it.
So far, all three runners putting together a really, really solid first hub here. Couple little mistakes here, but nothing too big, it looks like.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this relay system is that like, it's never over until it's over. You know, there's 3 games. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and a lot can happen in S3, and there's a lot of parts that that can really decide like who gets ahead, sort of thing. Some proxies are like way more, I guess, valuable than others. There'll be quite a few things in Evening Lake, I reckon, that will even things out a bit.
My plan.
Gosh, there's so much happening on the screen. I'm not really too sure where to start.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, isn't
Waffle. Um, that's funny. So for S3 any percent, it's like kind of unique to the other two categories from the aspect of like how you enter the levels. You're not actually restricted in this category to sort of get into the levels the proper way. We don't need all the eggs to beat the game. Usually there's a door at the end that requires 100 eggs, but you can skip that. So what we're seeing a lot of the runners doing at the moment is sort of trying to get out of bounds underneath the pools. And this is true with Spyro 2. You saw Absent and the others fly underneath Dragon Shores to get in. Basically what happens there is the pools are still active underneath like the level. So if you're able to get out of bounds somehow, you can still enter any levels and you don't really need to like get any of the eggs or anything like that to get into them for the most part. Sorceress at the end is a bit different though. Her portal is very much like the portal for the Sunseed area, where it's just like a massive box, essentially. So Waffle's already finished with Buzz, so he's going to be heading into oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it. Midday Gardens.
I forget. Does this category have the glide that you can accidentally go into Honey Speedway? Is
The glide, yes.
Okay.
The Rhinox must.
Well, Waffle, don't go into Honey.
Yeah. We'll see that later on, but with like the portals being like stored underneath the level, Evening Lake has two pools that are like put right next to each other. So if you do like the movement wrong there, you can accidentally go into the wrong level. They're completely avoiding speedways in this category because speedways are just optional. But like with the side character levels and the other levels, you need to get the end of level eggs to unlock the boss at the end, except Sorceress. You can just skip all the Evening Lake levels. So I'm going to focus on Jeremy for a second. In the Buzz fight, you can just cheat it out. There's two things that Jeremy's going to be doing here. First things is he's going to be standing on the edge of the arena. When he does that, Buzz usually has like a sword attack, and like he'll roll into Spyro and like damage him. But if you're standing on the edge, because the game is programmed to make it so that Buzz doesn't like roll off, he won't actually go into Spyro, because Spyro's like essentially off the edge to him. The second thing Jeremy was doing there was he was turning the camera. If the enemies are like off camera in this game, they won't actually do their attack. So there's a second and third phase for Buzz, where he does like a fire attack, and he has like kind of immunity during that time. If you just look away, Buzz doesn't do them attacks. In Sergeant Bird, where Waffle is just now, you collected 2 eggs there. The side character levels are mostly just like escort missions, and you can't really
Listen carefully, you.
like break the escorts too much. There is one in a later level that I'll point out, but
When I heard the
sorry. During that level, there's like an extra egg that you pick up because of that. Just going through the escort mission and all that. Usually the escort missions are just like taking out certain enemies and whatnot. they're slowly getting like closer and closer together now, so it'll be easier to keep track of stuff. Waffle just missing Croxy there, so he's going to be going for probably quite an easy strat. Usually to do this level casually you have to pay money bags, but the devs didn't really think about just gliding over the water, so that's the thing. Also the Felonious glitch there. I think the camera is like slightly out of place. The egg just like spawns underneath Spyro. So where's everyone at?
So, out of all of the upcoming stuff, what do you think is going to be a potential choke point for some of these runners? Where do you think we're going to see some leads change maybe? Do you think there's anything like that on the horizon, or what are you feeling?
Yeah, there's gonna be quite a lot of that during the evening, like I reckon. You have Scorch, which is like the main like RNG bit of the run, because you can either get like 1 or 2 rockets. One rocket is like significantly slower than the other one, since you only get like 1 of them and only does 1 damage. But there's also Firefly Proxy coming up, and I'm not too sure if like Waffle Ghostly will be going for it, but it's quite a hard proxy. Saves a lot of time. But yeah, it really just depends if they decide to death abuse on that, I guess. They were able to get through Ball Proxy okay, which can also be like quite a turning point, I guess. But like Waffle missed it, but decided to just go straight on, which is fair. I think Ghostly and Jeremy got it perfectly fine. Jeremy, I just noticed, went for Resproda. So if you get on top of the huts by doing Firefly Proxy, you can just sort of glide and charge repeatedly to get to like the little hut section, and then just skip to the end level. The alternative for that, which I think Waffle may have did, I didn't quite see, is Boulder Proxy, where you sort of squeeze yourself between the boulder. You sort of just like walk into it and like spiral go upwards. There's 3 different types of proxies that you'll mainly like see during this: animation proxies, squeeze proxies, and dead body proxies. The inputs for them are like all slightly different, but yeah, the boulder proxy, I believe it's just a squeeze proxy. It's getting a squeeze off the animation. Both Waffle and Jeremy going for a fairly hard jump there. I think Waffle messed up the end of it. He was at the strong chest section, but yeah, it looks like he's just going to go through the level normally. And to be fair, with S3 only percent, it doesn't actually take too long to just like do the casual route for these levels. But yeah, there's a lot of S in chat right now. I'm not too sure what's going on.
So let's redeem it myself. S.
Fun fact, if you redeem the S, you are entered into a PS5, possibly via Spyrothon. I was told that directly by Faulty. I am 100% not lying. Faulty, if you'd like to come in and correct me, I'd welcome it probably. That's of course a joke, but how are you guys feeling about the relay, by the way? Like just in general, how are you guys liking everybody's performances?
This is a very interesting relay to watch. It's the first, I believe it's the first 3-team relay, and with the one definitely the first one I've watched, and it's much crazier than I thought it would have been. I'm really enjoying it so far.
Oh no! Ghostly accidentally falling off there. Okay, that's interesting. Jeremy got the lead doing a fairly hard trick.
Yeah, does not surprise me at all. Jeremy is very, very good.
Yeah. Jeremy sort of went on top of the ice wall and got a proxy off that. I'm not really like too sure how exactly that works, but I think the way Jeremy like positioned Spyro up there, he got the guy on the cannon to I think he has to like shoot it at a particular time, like the ice wall, and I think the proxy comes off like the animation of like the ice wall breaking.
Yeah, I believe the ice wall. It when it goes away, it forces Spyro just to shoot up. Incredible.
Waffle's going.
Go ahead.
No, that's alright.
Just a curiosity question for you guys. Which of the 3 legs of the relay do you think is the most advantageous to be at? Would you rather be the beginning, middle, or end? Because I think it's a little challenging in each position.
Well, being at the end, I think you have far more pressure to win the race. At the start, I mean, obviously, you know, you're starting the run. You want to obviously give your team a really good start, but it isn't the worst thing in the world to have a bad start. With 2 more games in front of you, your teammates could really pick up the slack, which to, you know, miss some trick. I think I don't know. For me, I think being in the middle is probably where I'd want to be. You know, Spyro too.
Oh, I feel you.
I mean, by that logic, I would be one to S3 probably.
Yeah, I'd probably rather not open personally, but if we all have to fill a position, I guess I have to do Spyro 1 by a process of elimination there.
Well,
When's the commentator relay? When we arranging that?
Right after Spronky-thong on Monday.
An after party. We just chill out and play.
Absolutely. Join the Spyrothon Discord, by the way, everybody, if you're not already a part of it.
There's a proxy where Jeremy's at the moment. I'm doubtful he'll go for it. But it's like the most useless proxy in the game. I really hope he does go for it, but yes, he's going for it.
Yeah, nice. Oh,
hell yeah. So
what?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like the only proxy any of the side characters can do. I'm sure there are some others, but like,
and there's no
not really used sort of thing.
You have to bring Bartholomew to the end, right, for this level to go anywhere. So proxying over the wall would do nothing in this case.
Yeah. No, for all the side characters, you have to make sure that the escort gets to the end. But yeah, that proxy there is unique. Since not many of the characters like have proxies apart from Spyro, but it's also completely useless. It saves nothing. It actually wastes time. But it's cool that you went for it.
Oh, by the way,
Set it into Frozen Altars, which is probably my favorite level. There are actually so many proxies you can do to get to the end here. But he's probably just going to go for Mammoth Proxy because it is the fastest. Oh, but he misses it. Okay, he's just going to do the normal route by the looks of it. But there's... Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Okay.
my tactic.
Bit unconventional, but I like it. So yeah, I was mainly thinking of 3 proxies there. There's like Ice Cube proxy, Mammoth proxy, and then there's the Squeeze proxy with the Rhinoc guy. But I guess that's the 4th one there on the wall. The level just has like so many proxies, but it's so short. So
I believe at some point I saw Jeremy hit one of the mammoths off the cliff and then jump off with it and proxy in midair.
Oh yeah, he does that for 100 eggs sometimes, I think. Ghostly got a little bit of a proxy on the arena there. There's like no point in getting like the proxy or anything, but I think like depending on where you end the fight on Spike, sometimes you can get like really high proxy into the air.
I think Jeremy attempted to go for Firefly there, but didn't quite get it.
Waffle, he could go for Firefly and probably catch up quite a bit when he does get to fireworks. But
Listen to me, Drake.
yeah, no, Firefly's really hard to get.
It's actually, yeah. I mean, looking at it, it's pretty tremendous time save. You just skip the entire level, right? I mean, you get right to the end.
Yeah, I think the current world record that Jeremy has, I think Firefly's the only trick he messes up. He death abuses on it and gets it second try. But other than that, like, he gets pretty much everything, sort of thing. There had been some new time saves found, mostly in midday, and I don't think they actually went for the strats there. But Waffle ended up finding.
Oh, Ghostly missing the glide. Sad.
Yeah, that's
At least
unfortunate.
he didn't enter Honey Speedway though, so that's sad.
Yeah. It's probably, yeah. Going into Honey Speedway is like the worst result. But it's quite hard to tell, like, where to exactly aim for with the glide. Because they're so close to each other, the portals. So Waffle's gonna go for Firefly.
Oh,
It
not
gets a
quite.
small proxy,
Yeah.
but not quite.
I will.
Quick shout outs to Owl City on that Firefly, by the way. Just a little shouts to my boys over there. Hope somebody got that. No.
I get it. I get
yeah.
it. It took a moment.
I don't think I get it.
You would not believe your eyes. 10 million
yeah, okay.
prior.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't believe my eyes that he didn't hit the proxy. I believe he did in my heart.
That pulls buffer from Jeremy. So he was going for a trick called Zombie, which is like pausing just on the frame that you die on. When you get Zombie, you get stuck in the state that like you spawn with. So because you spawn in swim state coming out of Lost Fleet, you just stay in swim and you can just like swim right out of the water without anything. Also, yeah, thanks Dylan, we now got copyright strikes.
It happens. I mean, someone had to do it. Someone had to roast Spyrothon. It was gonna be me. Well, I'd say very solid Spyro 3 runs from all 3 runners.
Yeah, for sure. So Jeremy just got, yeah. Cat was you get a lot of chances for it. Thinking about it.
Thanks, bro.
Jeremy's still in zombie state at the moment. Because of that, usually you'd get like teleported to the end of the level there. Instead though, Jeremy just like glided to the end there. If you miss the cat wizards, you can just death abuse, and like especially sign out is probably a good thing to do because then you get like sparks back for the Scorch fight.
Yeah, Scorch.
But yeah, it shows sort of like one of the other weird effects of zombie. In some cases, it can lead to some really unfortunate soft locks. Ghostly just about missing Mammoth.
Oh baby, I'm seeing Scorch from Spyro 3. This one's unfortunately a little tougher than Spyro 2's variant, I'd imagine.
Yes, Spyro 2 Scorch is quite simple.
Yeah, we'll jump over a wall. You're pogging.
Jeremy got pretty good RNG there though. So what you're looking for is like a red rocket as the first drop, which Jeremy did get.
Thanks for helping.
You get like 50 shots with the red rocket, and they do the same amount of damage as the green rocket. But you only get one green rocket, so if you get like a bunch of green rockets, it's quite easy to like get a bunch of time loss here. Or yeah, you can lose a bunch of time here. And it can be like really unfortunate in some cases. It can PB killer.
Waffle going for the animation proxy there, and he gets it seems.
Oh, the one from the one on the Rhinoc.
Yeah, he went for it and got it.
Nice. That's not really a normal proxy you'd see, but Waffle's been going for it a lot recently, which I like.
Hey, yo, chat over here moving mad right now. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I'm gonna acknowledge it though.
Yeah, so Jeremy going for helmet proxy here. Let's see.
Oh my god, he's
Gets it straight away, and
Oh
he
my-
just
Jeremy.
glid to the back of the mountains there, and like the sorceress portal sort of thing, it bleeds out a lot, so you don't need any of the eggs. You just glide straight into it.
Well,
It's a shame you didn't go for spoon jumps though. I'm upset.
Makes something very cataclysmic would have to happen here for Jeremy to lose his lead. Maybe his power go out or something.
Yeah, it's possible. Hurricane. Fun fact: I was once in a Spyro 3 race where my the person I was racing against power went out because of hurricane, so it's possible.
Oh, no.
Completely.
Who knows, you know? Next few
That's the only-
seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, specifically, like every runner's actually put together quite a good performance. We've seen some mistakes here and there, but like really, it's been a very good showcase, I would say, for all three.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all that really matters. You know, just put on a good show. You know, winning. It's, sure, it's fun to win, but
Yeah, sure.
I think it's I think ultimately, as long as it's fun to watch, that's what really matters.
Absolutely.
Be careful.
Yeah, I mean,
Huh.
Jeremy, Waffle, and Ghostly here have like pretty solid runs. They haven't really been stuck on any particular section. They've sort of just been like rolling with it, and yeah, no, they're doing pretty good. Jeremy, not getting the third phase tank. There's like particular strats you can use for Sorceress. It's a very predictable fight when you know what you're doing. GG to Jeremy.
GG.
And if you sort of shoot Sorceress in the right way, you can get a third phase tank, which makes the fight a lot faster, sort of thing. But yeah, no, that's Jeremy's team done now.
Ghostly and Waffle, it seems. Wait, maybe. No, never mind. I thought they were on the same cutscene. It looked like just a moment, but they are. Yeah, not.
Yeah, Ghostly's a level behind, which won't necessarily be too much. Probably like 40 seconds if he gets the proxy. Oh wait, no, he's. No, because Waffle's done, so
Hey,
Waffle just needs to get helmet proxy.
Yeah, I've seen some interesting hold ups on helmet proxy. So who knows?
Yeah, if you're not like sort of like warmed up for helmet proxy, you can be stuck there for quite a while.
Oh my.
Waffle's gonna go for backup jump here, by the looks of it. This happens on power a lot because on power you get like much weaker proxies.
Yeah.
You have to sort of go for a very odd jump here. You sort of just charge onto the side there, and you can just get into Sorceress like that. Sort of a good backup to have for if you don't get a strong enough proxy.
Yes, Spyro on Powell is pretty tragic when it comes to the proxies. Some of them just don't work.
Yeah, total proxy. Oof.
Dude, it took me like half an hour to get a single power total proxy. It was so annoying.
POW in general for all the games are like pretty painful. For anyone who's seen like these runs for the first time, make sure to pick up NTSC. don't touch PAL. It's a mistake.
Yeah, I heard Dareman's giving out free PS2 consoles to anyone who wants them, so you can just contact him.
Oh my god. Chad Stale, man. King. Alright, 2 different boss fights here on screen.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if Waffle will be able to get the third phase tank.
So what are the major determining factors for saving time in the sorcerer's fight?
Just sort of how you play out the second phase, I guess. The first phase can be quite important. A cannon will most likely drop in 1 of 3 places. There's 5 possible places a cannon can go, but because 3 always spawn, the game sort of prioritizes which one drops first. So if you can tell which cannons drop in, you can tell exactly where Sorceress is going. GG to Waffle.
GG.
Then for the second phase, you can also tell where the tank is going just by looking at the sky sort of thing. But preferably you want to get some hits on the Sorceress, and then just before the last hit on the second phase, you sort of want to jump off the cannon, and if you do it right, that'll make a tank drop on the third phase. And UFOs, it's just sort of slow to use. You can get a lot more quicker shots just using the tank. So if you're able to get the tank into the third phase, it's good. All eyes are on Ghost now. Hope for
now.
Spyro.
First try helmet.
The other 2 runners got it pretty quickly, so I'd assume Ghostly gonna follow suit here.
Yeah. I think Waffle, apart from Sunrise Spring, had a really solid run. So is Jeremy.
Yeah, I think all 3 Spyro runs are actually quite decent.
Mm.
From what I saw.
Ghostly gaining Sorceress just now.
Very nice helmet there.
And this will be the final fight of the 3-way Vortaliany here. Wrapping it up.
Just curious, have either you 2 done much Spyro 3?
Me, no. I'm just a Spyro 2 runner. I've only run Spyro 2.
I see.
In the future, who knows?
Mm.
Spyro 3 is definitely a contender for my next speed game when I'm finished with Spyro 2.
I've learned up through the beginning of Hub 2 basically. I keep meaning to actually just finish learning any percent, but I just get distracted very easily when learning speedruns. So I just typically never finish learning the route.
Same. That sort of happened to me with Vortex. I get frustrated quite a bit when I don't get stuff first try. So a lot of the proxies in Vortex for me frustrate me so much.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And for 14 Tali, I just resort to using by swim route. I can't deal with the proxies, man.
Turtle proxy is not easy. It's a very annoying that one.
Yeah. Listen, if you teach me Spyro 300%, I'll teach you Vortex. How about that?
Hell yeah.
And then I'll bully Blunt to teach me to play Spyro 2 better and get better than a 35 and 14 Tali.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to get 26, I could probably get 26.
You have a lot more confidence in me than I do. I was just thinking maybe sub 30 at best, but enough talking about us. Let's what do you just to close everything off? I know we've said a lot of things about these runners. Is there anything specific that you want to say about these runs? Because we're coming here into the closing moments with Ghostly.
I think. Sorry, you go ahead first.
No, I don't really know what to say.
Well, I just want to say that it was. I think all the runs are great. There was some very. I was not expecting the outcomes of some of these races or some of these games, but I think overall it was a very entertaining race, very entertaining relay. I hope that at some point in the future, like a 3-team Vortaliany like this can happen again, because it's very cool to watch.
Yeah. GG to Ghostly as well.
Yep. And I'm with you there. One, I'd actually really like to see this return to the event, maybe next year even, or whenever we have the next thing.
Maybe next time get a 4th team in.
Ooh,
that'll be crazy to commentate. 4 teams to watch.
It's already hard enough to look at all these perspectives, but yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. But I think we're having some of the runners pop in. I think they want to say a few words. Thrasher, I think you just popped in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the floor.
Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to watch this relay. Took quite a bit of trial and error to get this running smoothly, and special shout out to our commentators, Dylan, Rui, Bluntbows. Thank you very much for commentating over this race.
Thank you.
Special shout out to the folks running Spyrothon. And is it okay if I plug the relay Discord in case anyone else wants to join potentially a future relay?
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Okay, I will go ahead and drop that in chat. The more the merrier. We're very happy to teach anyone any category. Just pop on in, say hi, and we'll see you.
Thank you. Great words from Thrasher, bro. That's a king right there. Anybody who's familiar with the Spyro scene will know Thrasher pretty well. Great guy. Great to see him putting his performance out here on Spyrothon.
Alright, and do any other of the runners want to share any words? Feel free to hop into this Discord.
If anyone wants to come up to the on-air channel here.
See, JT joined in. I don't know if you have anything you want to say, JT?
Not a whole lot. It was an interesting race. Lots of back and forth. Lots of cool strats got hit. So it was really engaging. At least me watching the first 2 legs and them playing. I enjoyed it. It seemed like everyone was excited about it. So like Thrasher said, it's a thing that is done, not just for Spyrothon. So if you want to get involved, then get involved. Everyone's welcome.
And the Discord is also quite good for learning as well. There's quite a few resources that get posted there. So if anyone's seen like any categories like they haven't seen before today, sort of thing, and think, ooh, like this might be really cool to learn, sort of thing. Like it'd be great to have you guys over there because I feel like there's quite a few people learning there at the moment, and it'll be really cool to sort of get more of a class, I guess. Also, Jeremy, I'm proud of you for going for World Record Proxy. I like that.
Thank you.
Alright, so that was definitely a beautiful race. I know I really enjoyed watching it. It's so nice seeing how well these 3 categories mesh together despite being pretty unique. There's so much overlap. And it was really satisfying to watch everyone really go for super hard things and not give up on it and eventually land all the tricks. It's always great to see that. But that is it for the Vortaliany. Oh my god, I struggle with that. Relay. We're going to do a quick transition before going into our next run.
Enjoy the rest of the event, everybody.
See you later.
Hey folks, I'm Purple Magpie, and y'all are watching Spyrothon. That was the wrong S. That way. That way. That was the correct S.